Okay, so I have just watched Superman, the Superman movie. Of course, it came out today in the UK. I watched it this morning. This video will probably come out tomorrow. But it was a really good film. The long and short of it, this Superman film was a really good film, a really good superhero movie. Honestly, one of the best Superman films they've made. If I'm being honest, a lot of interesting things going on. James Gunn's come into this sort of he's sort of making it as a pre-existing universe, whereas in Zack Snyder's DCEU with the Man of Steel and then later the Justice League, they were sort of making out that they're finding out about these people is part of the movie, part of the storyline, finding out that there are more, meta-humans on Earth. Whereas in this Superman film, it's established there are that the people are used to seeing superheroes. They're used to having world level threats. Like it's weird, but they're used to it, right? I thought that was really interesting, a really interesting move, and something you don't often see nowadays. I think everyone's so caught up with building towards something that they never actually reach the destination. Where you know a film can say, well, over the course of these three films, we want to set up this, but let's say they make the first film, setting all these things up, it doesn't perform financially, and then the franchise is stopped there, and you just left with one film of setup and nothing to show for it. Whereas in this film, stuff's already pre-existing coming into it, so they're already starting off this race running instead of building it up through a jog to a sprint. They're already running at a steady pace. Right, really liked the casting. David Corenswet's a very interesting Superman. An interesting take on Superman. I really like Clark Kent. Clark Kent really feels like a normal guy. He really feels like just like a normal guy. And despite some of the comments made by James Gunn and his brother before before the movie came out, talking about it being a movie for everyone and immigrants and all this, and they were trying to get political. And I'm happy the movie, it had some political tones, obviously, but it was more for the sake of the storyline, not to virtue signal. So I thought it was really good. I liked Lex Luthor in this. Good performance from Nicholas Holt, I think it is. He plays Beast, so he was a very good Beast, and is very good very good as Lex Luthor. I don't want to talk about too many more of the villains because I don't want to give it away. I don't want to talk about too many of the other heroes that are in it. Of course, we know Green Lantern's in this. We know Mr. Terrific's in this. They're really good as well, in my opinion. And again, it's a sort of film where I enjoyed this film. I watched it and enjoyed it and had good moments and wasn't bored really at any point. Good pacing, told a nice story. Not as good as something like F1 movie. F1 movie was better than Superman in my opinion. But as a way of starting off the DCU, it's a strong start. It's a strong start. A good movie. I'd be so curious to see how this does over the initial opening weekend. Of course, I saw it probably literally one of the first screenings you could see. Right, I watched it first thing in the morning the day it came out. Right, but yeah, a really good movie. Good performance all around. The chick who's playing Lois Lane, she was alright. She's definitely a downgrade from the last Lois Lane in terms of eye candy. You've got Perry White in the film. He's just steady smoking cigars. And he's just like this. He's almost like a good version of Jameson. I mean, that's basically what he is, actually. He's just like a slightly nicer version of Jameson in this film. But yeah, and he's not really a major character. But yeah, just a notable actor on the movie. But yeah, a really good film. Like I said, I'd give this film 4 stars out of 5. Looked great. A lot of pre-existing stuff. Good, interesting universe. Fun film. Some interesting, moments in it. Some interesting decisions from Lex Luthor and some other characters. And definitely the type of film that has me interested to see what happens for the rest of this universe now. I'm interested to see what happens next. But yeah, good film. 4 out of 5. But yeah, another episode of the Seth Solar SideQuest in the bag. And I'm out. Peace.